The input is a rectangular grid with rows indexed by R and columns indexed by C. Each entry has one of two meanings: 0 represents land, while 1 represents water. Our task is not to count every land component. We must count only those land components that are completely surrounded by water on the top, bottom, left, and right. For a land cell at coordinates R, C, the only permitted neighbors are R-1, C, R+1, C, R, C-1, and R, C+1. These are the four orthogonal directions. A maximal group of 0 cells connected through these moves forms one island. Diagonal contact does not join two land groups. The central theorem is this: a land component is closed if and only if it does not contain any cell on the outer border. Therefore, instead of checking water around every component separately, we may first identify all land reachable from the border. Those components are open. Every land cell remaining afterward must belong to a closed island. First, prove the forward obstruction. Suppose a land component contains a border cell. A border cell has at least one side facing outside the grid, so that side is not enclosed by an in-grid water cell. Consequently, the component is not surrounded by water on all four sides. Thus, border contact implies that the island is not closed. Now suppose a maximal land component contains no border cell. Consider any orthogonally adjacent cell outside that component. It cannot be 0, because then four-directional connectivity would require it to belong to the same maximal component. Since every grid entry is either 0 or 1, that adjacent cell must be 1. Hence every boundary side is water, so the component is closed. Two interpretation errors are especially common. First, 0 is land and 1 is water, which is the reverse of many grid problems. Second, diagonal neighbors do not connect islands. For example, two 0 cells touching only at a corner remain separate components. Both rules must be applied consistently during traversal, border elimination, and final counting. Let L be the set of all 0 cells, and let B be the subset of 0 cells reachable from the border. The theorem tells us that B contains exactly the open island land. Phase 1 removes B by changing its cells from 0 to 1. The residual land set is therefore R equals L minus B, containing only closed island cells. Define depth first search at position R, C. The call must stop if R is less than 0, C is less than 0, R is at least the row count, or C is at least the column count. It must also stop when grid R, C equals 1. These conditions prevent invalid indexing and prevent traversal through water or previously processed cells. If none of the stopping conditions is true, then R, C is an inbounds land cell with value 0. We immediately assign grid R, C the value 1. This operation records that the cell has been visited and removes it from future consideration. The current state therefore changes from unprocessed land, 0, to processed water marker, 1. After marking R, C, depth first search is called on its four orthogonal neighbors. Each valid 0 neighbor is marked before its own neighbors are explored. Repeating this rule follows every four-directional path beginning at the original seed. Because marked cells now equal 1, later calls stop there. The traversal therefore terminates after converting exactly the seed's connected land component. Phase 1 first iterates through every column C. For the top position 0, C, we call depth first search only when its value is 0. We apply the same test to the bottom position rows -1, C. Each successful call converts the entire land component connected to that horizontal border into 1, proving that it cannot later be counted. Next, iterate through every row R, test the left border cell R, 0 and the right border cell R, columns -1. Whenever either cell is 0, start depth first search there. After these calls finish, every land component touching a vertical border has also been converted to 1. Rechecking corner cells is harmless because previously marked corners already equal 1. After all 4 borders have been processed, consider any cell still equal to 0. It cannot be reachable from a border 0, because the depth first search from that border would have visited and changed it to 1. Thus the remaining 0 cells are precisely L-B. By the border theorem, every remaining component is a closed island. Initialize the closed island count to 0. The second phase scans row indices from 1 through rows -2 and column indices from 1 through columns -2. These are exactly the interior coordinates. Border coordinates need not be scanned because phase 1 has already changed every border 0 to 1, and no closed island can contain a border cell. Suppose the scan reaches an interior cell R, C whose current value is 0. By the phase 1 invariant, this cell belongs to a closed island. It has not been visited during phase 2, because visited cells are changed to 1. Therefore this 0 identifies one previously uncounted component, so the update is count equals count plus 1. Immediately after incrementing the count, call depth first search from the same seed R, C. The traversal changes every 0 in that connected component to 1. Consequently, when the scan later reaches another cell from this island, its value is already 1 and no second increment occurs. One component therefore contributes exactly 1 count. Now apply the algorithm to the displayed 5x8 example. Number rows from 0 through 4 and columns from 0 through 7. The grid contains several border zeros, a large interior 0 component, and an isolated interior 0. We begin with count equal to 0 and perform border elimination before counting any interior land. The top row scan encounters 0 at coordinate 0, 7. Starting depth first search there reaches 1, 7 and then 2, 7 through vertical 4-directional connections. Water blocks every route from this group into the interior. The visited set for this call is therefore the 3 cells 0, 7, 1, 7, and 2, 7, all changed to 1. The bottom row scan later encounters 0 at coordinate 4, 7. Its orthogonal neighbors inside the grid are blocked by water, so depth first search cannot reach another 0. This component consists of the single border cell 4, 7. The algorithm changes it from 0 to 1, correctly eliminating it because any border component is open. During the interior scan, the first remaining 0 occurs at 1, 1. The count changes from 0 to 1. Depth first search then follows orthogonal 0 paths through the large central component and changes every cell in that component to 1. Later scan positions belonging to this same component are therefore skipped rather than counted again. The scan eventually reaches coordinate 3, 6, which is still 0 and is disconnected from the previous component. The count therefore changes from 1 to 2. Its 4 neighbors, 2, 6, 4, 6, 3, 5, and 3, 7, are all water. Depth first search marks only this single cell, so no additional land joins this island. Consider any closed island after phase 1. None of its cells was removed because it has no path to the border, so at least one of its zeros is eventually reached by the interior scan. That first 0 increments the count. The following depth first search marks the entire component, ensuring that no later cell increments again. Thus each closed island contributes exactly 1. Let the grid have R rows and C columns. Once a land cell is processed, it changes from 0 to 1, so it cannot be fully processed again. Border traversal and interior scanning together examine at most a constant number of operations per cell. Therefore time is O of R times C. The traversal stack may contain O of R times C cells in the worst case. A practical pitfall is that a 100 by 100 grid can contain 10,000 connected land cells. A recursive Python implementation may exceed the interpreter's recursion limit before visiting them all. The mathematical algorithm remains valid, but an explicit stack is safer. Push the seed, repeatedly pop one cell, mark it, and push each valid unvisited neighbor. The final count for the displayed example is 2. The large central component never touches the border, and the isolated cell at 3, 6 has water on all 4 sides, so both satisfy the original definition. The right edge and bottom edge components fail the border condition and were removed. This verifies both the output 2 and the border elimination technique.